Hello, my name is Gracie Sprankle, and my story is based on Beauty and the Beast. It's called The Wolf in Sheepskin, and I really appreciate the extension you give me on this story. Um, so my story begins. Anna had always been a shy girl, especially when it came to boys. But the moment she saw him, she knew she had to talk to him. He was a senior on the football team at Larson High, and he was the most gorgeous man in the whole school. He had short and curly brown hair that fell over his forehead in curvy wisps, strong muscular arms and legs, and soft light blue eyes. The moment Anna saw him, she instantly fell in love, and every time she managed to catch his glance before hastily looking away, she swore she saw a soft grin on his lips meant for her. One day she made the decision that she was going to talk to him. She ran down the hallway, excited to share the news with her best friends Bree and Sarah. Guys, today is the day. If I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it, and I'll regret it for the rest of my life, she exclaimed, gushing with nerves and excitement. But to her surprise, rather than sharing in her joy, she watched as Bree and Sarah's faces took on a look of concern and worry. We don't think that's the best idea, Anna. I don't know if you know, but we have heard things about him. Bad things, said Bree, looking at the ground and pretending to kick something with her shoe. What are you talking about? He seems like a nice person and is always smiling at me. Plus, I heard that he's the leader of the youth athletic football club, said Anna, puzzled as to why her friends were acting this way. They're probably just jealous. Yeah, but don't you remember how Jane Goodman dated him last year, and before they started dating, she was a straight A student and captain of the volleyball team? I heard that she dropped out of high school and now she works for her dad's paper towel company, said Bree, looking very concerned. We just want you to be careful. Her friend's lack of support made Anna very angry. How could they say these things about Ryan when they don't even know him? They're probably just jealous that she was brave enough to talk to him and they weren't. Whatever, guys. How could you even know what you're talking about? You two are too afraid to ever talk to any guys. Sorry, I'm just a social one. And with that, she stormed off, heading straight for Mrs. Gruff's class, which she knew Ryan would be getting out of any moment. When he appeared, Anna smiled and walked up to him. Hi, Ryan. I know you must be pretty busy with everything and with football and clubs, but I've been meaning to ask you for a while. Would you like to hang out with me ever? Anna said, blushing and feeling more awkward than ever. Ryan smiled, his blue eyes reflecting her flushed face. I'm sure I can make time for a beautiful girl like you. How about Sunday? He said kindly. Anna was ecstatic, and she spent every day before Sunday planning what to wear, what to say, and how to act. One date led to another, and before she knew it, Anna was inviting him over to have dinner with her family. Anna seemed to think that dinner went well, as Ryan and her dad joked about cars and football the whole time, while her mom was happy to serve him endless plates of food. However, as soon as her dad shut the door behind Ryan, his face turned grave. Anna, I don't think that boy's for you. I don't know. Something just seemed off, he said, staring her dead in the face. She was surprised by how quick his composure changed from laughing and joking around to cold and serious. Dad, you don't know what you're talking about. Ryan's such a nice guy, and he does so much for the community. But she was cut off. Trust me, Anna, I was a teenage boy once. I wouldn't stick around that guy. He's bad news. But a week later, to her friends and family's dismay, Anna said yes when Ryan asked her to be his girlfriend. In the beginning, she was over the moon, especially when he would bring her flowers and tell her she was beautiful, and take her on fancy dates she had never gotten to experience before. She stopped hanging out with her friends, would often make excuses to miss family events and dinners, and would sneak off to hang out with Ryan instead. One day they were watching a movie at his place and she got a call from Bree. She was about to answer, then Ryan snatched the phone out of her hand. You don't need to answer them. They don't care about you anymore. They're probably just calling you because they want something, he said, grinning as he playfully held the phone above his head. Anna laughed and then tried to snatch it back. Well, what if she really needs something? She has always been there for me. I can't just cut her out of my life, she said. Ryan held it up higher. She's not a real friend and you know it. She thinks you're a loser and she only wants the worst for you. Defeated, Anna slumped back into the couch, feeling hurt by accepting Ryan's words. As time passed, Anna felt her social life slipping away. Every time she got a call or text inviting her to a party or some sort of event, Ryan would say the same thing. Don't go, they don't like you. I hear what they say about you behind your back. My friends tell me. They say you're boring, you're ugly, they only invite you out of pity, you're a bitch, don't go with them. And every time Anna just felt herself getting sadder and more accepting of these words. Maybe I really am a terrible person. If no one likes me, why should I be around them anyways? I'm lucky to at least have Ryan. Thank God he accepts me for the ugly bitch I am. After several months, her friends stopped calling, and Anna stopped caring. The only thing she cared about was pleasing Ryan, the one person in her life who still cared about her. So whatever he said, she did. She stopped wearing makeup and nice clothes as to not attract other guys. She skipped school to spend time with him smoking in his basement. She quit her job and the track team because Ryan said the coach had said she was too slow and fat to be on it anyways. She felt like she was just going through the motions day to day, but she didn't really care, because none of it really mattered to her anymore. The one goal she had left in mind was getting into her dream school at ASU. She had always dreamed of going out west, someplace warm, because she had lived in Michigan her whole life. When she wasn't hanging out with Ryan, she was writing and rewriting her essay, researching majors, and about the campus. She would go on and on to Ryan about how excited and hopeful she was to get in. But after she submitted her essay, weeks went by and she still wasn't hearing back. As time kept going on, Ryan kept growing colder and more controlling than ever. He'd sneak into her house at night, and if she refused to let him in, he would threaten to tell her parents all the lies she had told them over the last year. He convinced her to cut her hair very short, sell her bike and phone so that he could get weed money, and controlled everything she ate. Finally, one day at his house, she broke down in tears. "What's the matter today?" he said in a tone of annoyance in his voice. I just don't get it. I should have gotten in. I had to have gotten in," Anna wailed, tears streaming down her face. "What are you talking about?" he said, completely oblivious. "ASU, I still haven't heard back and it's been months," she yelled, her voice breaking. "I sent my application and I swore I did. I should have heard back yes or no by now. I don't get it." But just then it all made sense to her. All the things her friends, coaches, and teachers had supposedly said to her, all the things she had done to change herself, but it was never good enough. She should have listened to them. She should have never talked to the boy with sparkling blue eyes and a soft grin. He had manipulated her. He had deceived her. Her friends had never said that stuff about her, just as her application was never sent in. Just then she was running. She was running down the street, eyes red, ears ringing, and she could barely hear his screams in the background, demanding her to come back. But she ignored him. She didn't realize what he had made her become. She didn't see all the manipulative, evil intentions underneath the surface of something seemingly so good.